Hello, friends, and thank you as always for visiting the Legend Sports Universe YouTube channel, Legend Sports Universe, where legends play forever. We come to you live from Wrigley Field in Chicago, Illinois, for the fourth annual Franchise Stars Baseball League All-Star Game. The Cubs fans have a reason to celebrate, not just because the All-Star Game is here, but the Cubs in first place in the National League Central, looking for their first playoff berth in the 4-year history of the FSBL. So it is going to be a terrific atmosphere here at Wrigley. The American and National Leagues competing here. We'll get through lots of the stories of the season as we hit the All-Star break during the course of this broadcast. Appreciate you tuning in as always. There you see your starting lineups for both squads. We'll go through those as the game progresses. The one thing that I do wish is that the game let you pick the All-Star rosters like you can do like in Out of the Park and stuff like that. The game picks them for you. Some of the choices a little questionable, but for the most part, it does a pretty good job. The one that's going to have no doubt, the American League starting pitcher Lefty Grove. We'll get to him, but this man certainly has nothing to give away in his own right. Curt Schilling, 13-3, a 2.3 earned run average for the surprising Arizona Diamondbacks, who currently hold the second wild card spot. Schilling starts off facing Knobloch. Curt Schilling threw a perfect game earlier this season, only the second no-hitter in the history of the FSBL. Drew Waddell threw one in year one. Schilling's was the first since then, and his is the only perfect game. His first pitch to Chuck Knobloch of the Minnesota Twins is a called strike as we get underway. Knobloch batting .306. Slider from Schilling misses inside as our good friend Beatles Eternally tunes in. How are you, buddy? Hope you have had an enjoyable day. Be sure to check out Beatles' fabulous channel, though I'm sure pretty much anybody who tunes in here is also over on Beatles' house when they have the opportunity. Dwayne March checks in. Be sure to check out Dwayne's channel as well. How are you, my friend? A happy Easter to you. Knobloch skies this one to center. That'll be a routine play for the best player in baseball, Willie Mays. Puts that one away. One down here in the first.
The third baseman, Jose Ramirez.
So here's from the Cleveland Indians, third baseman Jose Ramirez. 263, 17 homers on the year for Ramirez. Ramirez's Indians, a miserable start to this season. They are the three-time AL Central champions, but they dug themselves a huge hole. They have scraped and clawed their way back in now. They are 4 games out of a wild card spot, though they just dropped 3 of 4 at home to the division-leading Detroit Tigers. Ramirez lines a base hit into right. So, 1 on, 1 out. Here's Ted Williams of the Boston Red Sox. Williams slumping a little bit heading into this All-Star game, but still 295, 25 homers, 51 RBIs, a 973 OPS. Certainly nothing to sneeze at for the Splendid Splinter, whose Red Sox currently hold the top wild card spot in the American League. Red Sox have played well, unfortunately for them. They're in the same division as the Yankees, who have just had a terrific season, have several representatives here in the All-Star game today. Good splitter there from Schilling, is in at the knees for a called strike. It's 1-2. I'm glad you made it through that storm all right, Dwayne. I saw your message earlier on about that. Schilling from the set, delivers. Breaking ball comes well inside, skips away. Ramirez is going to try to take second, and he's in there. So Ramirez, that's going to be a wild pitch again. Schilling, slider down and in. Skips in the dirt, and Ramirez takes second. First runner in scoring position here in the top of the first. 2-2 pitch to Williams. In there, a called strike 3 up at the letters. Williams doesn't like the call. That's about as much protestation as you're going to see in what's an exhibition game, but Williams doesn't like a call. He's going to let you know, and he wasn't a fan of that one. But Schilling gets him with the high fastball. So now 2 away as Schilling tries to get out of this. Stepping in from the Oakland A's, Jimmy Fox. Fox had a very slow start to the season. You wouldn't notice it because of how great the A's have been regardless, but Fox has gotten going. And after a slow start, 30 homers, 70 RBIs, and a .278 average. Not bad for a guy who started off the season slow. Fox, of course, the year 2 American League most valuable player. Hits that one down the right field line, slices foul. And out of play. So Schilling is ahead of Fox, 0-2 here in the first. Sun setting here at Wrigley. Schilling delivers, slider way out of the zone. It's 1-2. And the Diamondbacks, big surprise team this season. They've pitched exceptionally well. They still don't score enough runs. But with Schilling and Johnson atop that rotation, they've been getting it done. Good splitter there from Schilling. Gets Fox chasing. And Ramirez is going to be stranded at second. So runner is left on. We head to the bottom of the first here in the 4th All-Star game in the FSBL. And this may be the best season in FSBL history. Lefty Grove is 17-0, a 1.69 earned run average. His whip is below 1. He has the best offense in baseball at his possession. But at 1.69, he's certainly getting the job done himself. He'll open up here against Jose Reyes of the New York Mets. Reyes batting .268. First pitch fastball swung on and missed. Yep, 17-0, Beatles. He's been exceptional. Keep waiting for him to have a blip on the radar, and it just hasn't happened. Reyes pulls this one foul. So Grove quickly ahead of Reyes, 0-2, and that's basically been Grove's MO for the season. He seems to get ahead of pretty much everybody. Fastball misses up high. It's 1-2. Heck of a starting battery there for the American League. Lefty Grove and the second-year man for the Toronto Blue Jays, Josh Gibson, behind the plate. 1-2 as Grove works to Reyes. Gibson sets up outside. Swung on and missed. Fork ball from Grove. Down goes Reyes. And there's one away.
Batting second, from the Chicago Cubs, the third baseman, Stan Hack.
So now stepping in, a hometown favorite here at Wrigley, Stan Hack. Hack batting .307. He's done a terrific job for the Cubbies. Again, the Cubbies lead the American League Central. There you see Hack, 10 homers, 42 RBIs, that .307 batting average. Cubs have pitched well. Their offense has been boosted by the additions of Bill Nicholson and Andy Pafko. The rotation's a little bit deeper with the addition of Lon Warnecki. They had a terrific rookie draft last year, and it's paying immediate dividends. That one is popped up by Hack. Fox waves everybody off. Puts it away, and there's 2 down here in the first. I'm sorry, Garrick's playing first. Fox is the agent.
Batting third, from the San Francisco Giants.
So now stepping in, the best man in baseball. .382, 39 homers, 84 runs batted in. Folks, we're still in mid-July. Willie Mays already has an MVP award under his belt, and he is well on his way to a second, although his teammate, Roger Connor, may give him a run for that money. They have been a dynamic duo in San Francisco here in year 4. Breakout season for Roger Connor. And then you add Mel Ott. That is a triple threat, to say the least, out in San Francisco. 3-time National League pennant winners. The only National League champs the FSBL has ever known. Coming off back-to-back World Series titles. Grove and Mays. Breaking ball misses down and in. You can see Roger Connor is waiting on deck. 3-2 offering from Grove. Mays chops it down to third. Picked by Ramirez. Gets rid of it over to Gehrig quickly, and the side is retired. So lefty Grove throws a 1-2-3 inning in the first. We head to the top of the second. Lou Gehrig will lead it off. Yankee first baseman, 301, 29 homers, 63 runs batted in. Another fine year for the Iron Horse, the reigning American League Most Valuable Player. Gehrig, high fly ball to the right, carrying a bit. Ronald Acuna of the Atlanta Braves is underneath it. Puts it away for out number 1.
Batting 6. From the New York Yankees, the right
So, Gehrig's Yankee teammate Aaron Judge steps in. Judge 324, 32 homers, 73 RBIs. He's in the top 5 in all Triple Crown categories. Terrific year so far for Judge. Schilling's fastball misses inside. It's 1-0. So the game usually does a pretty good job as far as subbing guys in and out traditionally in these all-star games. But I'll let the starting pitcher go 2 innings. And then anybody after that, I won't let them go more than 1. Try to get guys through. I'll give the starting guys in the lineup 3 at-bats, and then do subs from there. So most guys will get into the game. If a couple of guys don't, so be it. I don't stress about that too much. I like the starters. I like making sure the starters get 3 at-bats unless the game decides otherwise. But that's the way we will pursue it here. 2-2 the count as Schilling works that Judge. Great splitter from Schilling. Judge goes fishing. St. Louis Cardinals rookie Ted Simmons digs that out of the dirt, throws down to first. Third strikeout for Schilling, and there's 2 away. So here's Ken Griffey Jr. 295 for Jr. Again, he kind of gets lost out there with the Mariners in the same division as the A's. Griffey, 24 homers, 58 RBIs. He is the FSBL all-time home run leader to this point. Also the single-season home run leader with 58. Willie Mays and Roger Connor both may threaten that here in year 4. 1-1 pitch from Schilling. Splitter misses down low. It's 2-1. Delivers. Splitter got a little too much played, but Jr. was only able to foul it off. Two-two pitch. Splitter off the plate. The count goes full. Josh Gibson of the Toronto Blue Jays waits on deck. Three-two offering from Schilling. Slider. Griffey gets a piece to stay alive. National League has won 2 of 3 of these All-Star games. Chopped back to the mound by Griffey. Schilling has it, throws over to Connor, and the side is retired. So we'll head to the bottom of the second of our All-Star game here in year 4 at Wrigley Field. American League and National League are scoreless. Leading it off, the San Francisco Giants, Roger Connor. 303, 38 homers, 90 RBIs for Roger Connor. Again, this is past the midway point of the season. Everybody's right around 100 games, so we're not just at 81. But even so, we've still got 2 months and change of season left. And Roger Connor is closing in on 100 RBIs. Nathaniel, how are you, buddy? Good to see you as always. Thanks for swinging by. Grove rocks and fires. Curveball is in there for a called strike. Grove is ahead of Connor here, 0-2. Fork ball there, misses down and away. Mr. Connor has just been sensational. Ball misses down and in. 2-2 the count. Remember, Connor was a rookie last year and was having a very solid rookie campaign before suffering an ankle injury that ended his season. 2-2 pitch, another beautiful fork ball from Grove, and down goes Connor. Second strikeout for lefty Grove.
Batting fifth. From the
There you see our StatCast.
Shortstop, number 12.
Ray starts off with a fastball, then goes to the off-speed stuff. One away. Here's Francisco Lindor of the New York Mets. The Mets trying to get themselves back into the wild card race. I think they're 5 or 6 games behind at the moment. Lindor, 276, 15 homers, 36 RBIs. Lindor and Reyes here. One's a shortstop, one's a DH for the Mets. Lindor skies this one to right. That one will be put away by Aaron Judge, and there's 2 down.
Batting sixth. From the Atlanta Braves.
So that'll bring up the Atlanta Braves' Ronald Acuna. 328, 22 homers, 47 RBIs. That OPS up over 1,000 for Acuna. He has been a driving force to that Braves offense. The Braves currently hold the first wild card spot in the National League, in a somewhat similar situation to what the Red Sox are facing in the American League. The Red Sox holding the top wild card spot in the AL at the moment. They're just coping with a team that is playing just dynamic baseball atop their division. In the Braves' case, that's the Phillies. Grove fools Acuna badly there, and the count is 0-2. Gibson wants it away. Grove goes away, and he gets him with another forkball. So lefty Grove, 17-0 and completely dominant this season to this point. Retires all 6 to face him here in the All-Star game. We'll head to the 3rd here at Wrigley. American League and National League are scoreless. So first man out of the pen after Kurt Schilling throws 2 scoreless, Jim Bunning of the Philadelphia Phillies. Bunning 11-3 on the year. He will face Josh Gibson. Gibson, the Blue Jays catcher, 273, 29 homers, 64 RBIs. OPS sitting at an even 900. Gibson was the runner-up in the American League Rookie of the Year voting a year ago, losing narrowly to Joe Gordon of the Yankees. Gibson has elevated his game here in year 2 as expected. He still has not come anywhere near his peak. Fastball from Bunning misses down low. It's 2-0. Curveball misses. 3-0. Marcus Semien of the Oakland A's waits on deck. Fastball, borderline pitch. Bunning doesn't get it, and Josh Gibson works a 4-pitch walk. So that'll bring up Semien. Semien batting 279. Bunning delivers fastball, pretty similar pitch to the ball 4 pitch to Gibson, but he hits the ball there. 20 homers, 56 RBIs for Semien so far. That slider misses down low. It's 1-1. From the set. Runner goes. Breaking ball. Throw down to second is not going to be in time. It's a stolen base. Josh Gibson. He's capable of stealing a couple. He can get you to kind of low double digits, 10 stolen bases or so a season for Gibson. And he gets a good jump there up his tag a little bit late. And it's a stolen base for Josh Gibson. 1-2 the count as Bunning works to Semien. Good slider there from Bunning. Semien swings and misses. And there's one away.
Now batting, second baseman, Chuck.
Good break on that one. StatCast giving us the little breakdown. I mean, it swings right under it. So the order turns over. Here's Knobloch. He's 0 for 1. Slider there from Bunning is in for a called strike. Knobloch flew out his first time up. I really wish they gave you the option to let the guys play in their real uniforms instead of the custom American and National League uniforms. I know that's how the game is now, and it's a minor thing, but I always preferred it when the guys showed up wearing their actual uniforms, at least the hats. You know, do it like the Pro Bowl, where they wear the Pro Bowl uniforms but their own team's helmet. You know. Always let the guys wear their own team's caps. 3-1 the count. Bunning works to Knobloch. Another good slider from Bunning. Knobloch swings and misses again. Yeah, Dwayne, I mean, you know me. If they let me do that, I certainly would have put them in their real stuff. And then good curveball there from Bunning. Down goes Knobloch, and there's 2 away here in the top of the 3rd. Good job there by Bunning. All breaking stuff. And the 1 fastball, but 4 sliders out of the 6 pitches. It's the curveball that gets him. Here's Jose Ramirez. Ramirez singled his first time. Fouls that one into the National League dugout, and everybody scatters. That would be a rough way to get put on the injured list. Getting struck by a foul ball in the All-Star game. 0-1 the count. That one is out in the center, ranging over. Mays on the run, and Willie Mays does Willie Mays things. Tracks it down a step shy of the warning track. Makes it look easy. And the side is retired. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd here at Wrigley. We're still scoreless. The Year 4 FSBL All-Star game. So coming on for the American League after Grove retired all 6 to face him, Hal Newhouser, 11-5, 2.30. For the Detroit Tigers rookie, he has been sensational so far. He seems on his way to winning the American League Rookie of the Year honors. He will face the Dodgers' Zach Wheat. Wheat batting .307. Lefty-lefty matchup here in the bottom of the 3rd. Curveball from Newhouser is in for strike 1. Fastball is a called strike. Newhouser quickly ahead of Wheat, 0-2. Sets up inside. Fastball. Wheat pulls it down. Yeah, Dwayne. Yeah, I totally agree. And yeah, of course, it's a money grab, the custom uniforms and stuff like that. You know, which I get, but you want them to wear custom stuff, do the custom stuff like in the home run derby and stuff like that. But let them, again, if you just even let them wear their regular team's caps, I could even get behind that. But just there should be something that's, you know, other than the little sleeve patch that tells you what team the guy is playing for. So Chase Utley, the Phillies rookie second baseman, gets the start here. 310, 17 homers, 51 RBIs. First time that Rogers Hornsby of the Cardinals hasn't started at second base in the All-Star game in the National League. Down season so far for the Raja. Well, he did crank a big home run in the broadcast the other night. Change up from Newhouser, misses down and in. Fastball at the knee is on the outside corner. Newhouser painting the black. 2-2 the count. Hauser rocks and fires. Breaking ball. Utley lashes it the other way. It's sinking quick. It's going to fall for a base hit. Utley turns first. He's going for two. Throw goes into second. And Utley is thrown out trying to stretch it. So Utley, that ball was misplayed a little bit out in left field. That's too late. I waited too long to hit the button, I guess, for the replay. Gonna try to take a look at that play once more. Here is Ted Simmons. Simmons, the rookie catcher for the Cardinals. 265, 12 homers, 31 RBIs. Hauser rocks and fires. Simmons fouls it off. So Newhouser ahead of Simmons, 0-2 here. Gibson signals he wants it up in the zone. He gets it up in the zone. Simmons fouls it back. Switch hitting catcher batting from the right side. Newhouser delivers. Simmons fouls it off. Oh, 0-2 pitch, curveball in the dirt. Simmons lays off of that one. Pitch swung on and missed. So Newhouser fanned Simmons to end his inning of work. Good job by the Tigers rookie. We're a third of the way through here at Wrigley. Each side only has one hit and no runs as we head to the fourth. Coming on for the National League, Cliff Lee, 12-4, a 2.41 ERA in 20 starts for Lee. The Phillies left-hander has been sensational as a linchpin of that terrific Phillies rotation. He starts off facing Ted Williams. Williams went down looking his first time up, a borderline strike high in the zone. Williams voiced his displeasure over, to say the least. Exhibition or not, Ted Williams wants hits. Makes a first pitch strike there. He delivers. Williams tries to slash that sinker the other way, but it goes foul. Lee ahead of Williams, 0-2. Sinker. Williams gets a piece to stay alive. Simmons sets up inside. Sinker from Lee goes inside. It's 1-2. Sinker away, and Williams lays off again. Pause at the mound briefly. Rocks and fires. Another one. Another sinker. Another one lashed foul by Ted Williams. Two offering. Williams grounds this one up the middle to short. Semien cuts it off. Throws over to first. And Williams is retired for the first out here in the top of the fourth. So Lee wins a good battle there. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Jimmy Fox of the Oakland A's. Fox struck out his first time up. Sinker there. Fox pulls that one foul. Double X, who seemingly hits every ball hard. Sinker there, misses low. It's 1-1. Cutter rides inside. 2-1 count. Stinker. Fox tries to hold up. They say he went, though, and the count goes to 2-2. Lee delivers. off and a cutter way away, and Fox goes chasing. Bad looking at bat there for double X. 2 down. Here's Gehrig. Gehrig flew out his first time up. Gehrig, I believe, is tied for 5th in the American League in homers. And he's the reigning and defending American League most valuable player. Sinker misses away. Fastball there, misses outside. It's 3-0. Cutter misses up and in. So Lee issues the walk there. 2 out, walk to Gehrig. Here's Judge. He struck out his first time up. Ground ball hot, hit to third, but fielded cleanly. And they get the force to retire the side. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th here at Wrigley. No offense to speak of as of yet. Starting this inning for the American League, Johan Santana of the Minnesota Twins. 11-5, a 2.37 earned run average. For the talented left-hander, the Twins currently in the 2nd wild card spot.
Leading off for the National League, the designated hitter, Jose Reyes.
Sinker there, misses down low. Jose Reyes of the Mets is 0 for 1. Fastball up in the zone is fouled off. Changed up, misses low. Fouls that one. Santana delivers. Change up. Reyes gets a piece to stay alive. Santana delivers. Fastball misses up high. Hit from Santana again. Reyes slashes another one foul. Santana deals and a change-up out of the zone gets Reyes fishing. Down goes Jose Reyes for the first out here in the bottom of the 4th. So Santana stretches the zone. Gets Reyes chasing. That pitch is well off the plate. So that'll bring up Stan Hack of the Chicago Cubs. And say Reyes would have needed an or to hit that one. So here's Hack. He's 0 for 1. Ground ball to second. Knobloch has it. Throws the first, and there's 2 away. So that will bring up Willie Mays. The superlatives know no bounds for the Say Hey kid. He grounded out his first time up. But what a season for Mays, the consensus best player in the game here in the FSBL. Santana misses. It's 1-0. Sinker there, swung on and missed. It's 1-1. Another sinker down low. Sinker and changeup, pretty much Santana's arsenal. Mixed in a few sliders. There you see Roger Connor looking larger than life with our camera angle there. He's played larger than life here in year 4. 3-1 pitch from Santana. Misses down low for ball 4, so it's a 2-out walk from Santana to Mays. Now here's Connor. He struck out his first time up. Roger Connor, if you're unfamiliar, old school ball player. He was the home run king before Babe Ruth. I think I'm remembering that correctly. I'm not sure if there's somebody in between, but I'm pretty sure that Connor still was the home run king before Ruth shattered that. 1-1 the count as Santana works to Connor here. This is down low, 2-1. Santana deals. Fastball at the knees, 2-2. Ah, yes, all right. Glad I remembered that properly, Beatles. Thank you for the backup. Connor fouls that fastball off. The count will hold at 2-2. Santana from the set. Delivers. And Connor, high fly ball to left. That'll stay in the yard, though. Williams is underneath it. Puts it away. And the side is retired. So, 4 scoreless for both sides here. We'll go to the 5th. And Preacher Row, the Los Angeles Dodgers, will get the call. 10-3, 2.47 for Rowe in 19 starts. Kind of an unheralded member of that staff. He'll face Ken Griffey Jr.
Leading up for the American League, the center fielder.
With Koufax and Kershaw and Dazzy Vance, Preacher Row kind of gets forgotten about a little bit. He's had a fine season here in year 4. Rowe rocks and fires, breaking ball, just misses inside. And 1 the count. Rowe delivers. Change up. This is down low. Warren Charlton of the Cincinnati Reds up and throwing for the National League. Rowe fires line shot. That's a base hit. Griffey hammers that one, playing him heavily to pull. He rifles that shot for a single. There you see that heavy shift. It doesn't matter. That ball was getting through anyway. 111 off the bat from Junior. So a leadoff single for Griffey. Here's Gibson. Josh Gibson, ground ball through the right-hand side. That's a base hit. Acuna comes up throwing. Griffey will hold at second. Josh Gibson pumped up for the base hit, trying to get the American League guys to put something together here in the 5th. Here's Marcus Semien. He's 0 for 1. Fly ball to right. Acuna has it, makes the grab. Griffey's going to test him. Throw into third is not in time. Ken Griffey tags up and takes third. The trailing runner holds. But Griffey decides to test Acuna. I'm assuming that's a typo, my friend. Here's Chuck Knobloch. Knobloch is 0 for 2. That's pretty funny, actually. Fastball there is fouled off by Knobloch. One is fouled down the right field line. Acuna gives chase, but it'll fall harmless. And the count is 0-2. Rowe deals. Slider inside. Curveball misses down low. Yeah, I agree. I hate the whole ban of the shift and all that kind of nonsense. But the fact of the matter is, baseball, as great a game as it is, just comparatively, sports-wise, just does not have. Rowe knocks that one down, throws, and he's not going to get anybody. Rowe doesn't field the comebacker cleanly. He knocks it down. The runner came home. He decided to go to second for the double play and ends up making a wide throw and gets nothing. First and second, and the American League picks up the run. It's 1-0 AL. Well, watch the replay there. But my point regarding this shift was, as much as I love baseball, the fact is there's just not a ton of strategy in baseball. There just isn't. It's a batter-pitcher confrontation, and that's the root of it. So to do anything that takes out the strategy that's actually involved in the game, like the shift, is just it's kind of idiotic to me. Why tell the defense they can't play defense appropriately? Just strikes me as stupid. But I digress. So there's the comebacker to Rowe. He knocks it down. Runner from third was off on contact, and now Rowe makes the throw. And I'm trying to even see what exactly happened here. So Utley kind of got stuck because looked like he was going to go cover the bag, but there's a guy on the bag there. So that's just a terrible play there by Preacher Rowe. Everything kind of goes askew for him, and the American League picks up its first run. So now here's Jose Ramirez. The switch hitter will move to the right-hand side. Fastball misses away. Fastball there at the letters. It's a call and strike. 1-1 the count. First and second, one out. Ramirez, ground ball just outside first. That's foul. That ball actually ended up rolling back fair after it passed the bag. But it went past the first base bag and foul ground. And the count's 1-2. Rowe delivers, gets him with a slider. Good pitch there from Rowe. Ramirez swings over the top of it, and there's 2 away. So that'll bring up Ted Williams. Williams is 0 for 2. He struck out his first time. He grounded out to short his last time up. Rowe takes a peek at the runner. Delivers. Fastball up and in. Fastball there. Called outside. 2-0. Perhaps Williams' earlier outrage over the called strike 3 his first time up. Resonating with the umpire here a couple of at-bats later. That one is a called strike on the outside corner. Rowe delivers. Williams smacks it down to first. Nice pick on the backhand by Connor. He'll take it to the bag himself. And the side is retired. Well done by Roger Connor down at first. But the American League breaks the scoreless tie. We're midway through here at Wrigley. 1-0 American League. And the Detroit Tigers' Justin Verlander will come on to pitch the fifth. 11-4, 2.73. ERA for Verlander on that Tigers staff that leads the American League in pitching. He will face Francisco Lindor of the New York Mets. Lindor is 0 for 1.
Number 12.
Verlander delivers. Lindor fouls it off. Ball misses down low. Ken Tatum and Mike Remlinger throwing in the bullpen for the American League. Fastball misses down and in. Tatum having a fine year for the Angels. 2-1 pitch from Verlander, misses outside. And the count goes to 3-1 here to Lindor. Ronald Acuna waits in the on-deck zone. Ball there is fouled off. Full count offering coming from Justin Verlander. Lindor smacks another one foul. Gibson flashes the sign. Verlander delivers high fastball. Lindor chases but gets a piece. Will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat here for Francisco Lindor. 3-2 offering. Shot down to third. Nicely picked by Ramirez on the backhand. Low throw. Gehrig digs it out. Nice play on both ends for the American League All-Stars, and there's one away. So that'll bring up Ronald Acuna. Acuna struck out his first time up. Ball there is a called strike. That one misses up high, gets the count to 1-1. Appreciate you folks tuning in here. I always like doing the All-Star game. I didn't do the home run. I didn't televise the home run derby this year, but I always like doing the All-Star game. Griffey puts that one away for the second out.
Up next to the National League. No
Again, I do wish it let you do the out of the park thing where I could go in and pick the All-Star rosters. But in the grand scheme of things, that's kind of minor. Here's Zach Weed. He's 0 for 1. First pitch swinging. He puts this one straight up the chute. Gibson sheds the mask, puts it away, and the side is retired. So a strong inning out of the bullpen for Justin Verlander. We'll head to the 6th here at Wrigley. 1-0 American League. Coming on, the Phillies' Cole Hamels. Third Phillies starter to make an appearance here. 11-3, 1.83. Hamels has just been outstanding so far this season. You could have made an argument that Hamels should have gotten the starting nod. Hard to go against Schilling. Schilling's having a terrific year. But Hamels, other than Schilling, of course, throwing the perfect game, Hamels actually having a touch better season. Here's Jimmy Fox. He's 0 for 2. And he hammers that curveball but foul. Hamels, lucky that ball didn't end up getting charted by NASA. Curveball right down the middle of the plate. 0-1 fastball on the inside corner, and now Hamels bounces back. Ryan Madsen, also of the Phillies, and Steve Reed of the Colorado Rockies throwing in the bullpen now. 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Fox, I tell you, Fox has had a couple of bad at-bats here in the All-Star game. His last at-bat was terrible, too. He goes chasing once again. Fox perhaps trying to do a little too much here in the Midsummer Classic. One down. Here's Gehrig. He's 0 for 1. Fastball swung on and missed. Gehrig is also walked. Fastball misses down low. One and one, the count. Hamels delivers. Changeup is in there for a called strike. It's 1-2. Rocks and fires. This is outside. Two pitch. Line the other way. Slicing back towards Weed, who puts it away. That ball kind of came to him. Fastball was hit hard by Gehrig, but had some slice on it. One of my golf shots. There's 2 away. Here's Aaron Judge. Hard to slice the ball playing mini golf, but I do it. Putter misses inside. It's 1-0. Fastball misses up and away. 2-0 pitch from Hamels. Fastball misses up high. 3-0. Kenny Griffey Jr. waits on deck. It's kind of the last trip through the order. Bigger for this batch of guys. Fastball at the knees. 3-1. Of course, I got to see who the reserves are. And Judge, deep to left field. Forget that one. Judge takes Hamels well into the night here in Chicago. It's a solo shot for Aaron Judge. And the American League goes up 2-0 here in the 4th annual FSBL All-Star Game. Well, Judge has done that plenty this season. And he got all of that one. Griffey greets him warmly at the plate. Judge goes yard, and he got all of this one. That one may have made it all the way out onto Waveland. 4-12. Oh, into the back of the seats. In the back of the bleachers. So 2-0 American League. Here's Griffey. He's 1 for 2. Wayne drops his all rise. For Aaron Judge. Hamels behind. Putter there at the knees. It's 1-1. And against the shift, Griffey rolls one in the left for a base hit. He takes the turn. Griffey's going to try to push it. Throw to second, and Griffey got greedy. So Junior singles into left, tries to turn it into a double, and is thrown out trying to stretch it. Aaron Judge stretches the American League lead to 2-0 with a solo shot as we head to the bottom of the 6th.
Your attention, please.
Coming on for the American League, Judge's Yankees teammate Whitey Ford. 9-4, a 2.74 earned run average.
Leading up for the National League, the second baseman. Slider
misses away. Yeah, but I mean, guys get thrown out trying to take an extra base in baseball all the time. I'm not, concerned about that. I mean, guys get thrown out on the bases with regularity in baseball. So I'm not, given the number of broadcasts that I've done, if nobody was ever getting thrown out going for the extra base, that would concern me more. Fastball there is fouled back by Upland. 1-2 the count. Utley pulls that one foul. One-two pitch. On the inside corner, Ford paints the black, and Utley knew it. Down he goes, strikeout there to open up the bottom of the 6th. Here's Ted Simmons. Simmons 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. Sinker misses down low. It's 1-0. And Ted Simmons gets the National League on the board. Simba goes yard, and the National League has cut the deficit in half. Simmons jumps all over that one from Whitey Ford, and the National League now trails it 2-1. That is a no-doubter off the bat of the rookie Ted Simmons. Jose Reyes greets him warmly at the plate. High fastball, and Simmons turned it. feet into the seats and left. So now here's Reyes. He's 0 for 2 as the National League starts what will probably be their starter's final pass of the ball game. Reyes puts it out in the left, but nicely snared by Semien for the second out.
The third baseman, number 6, Stan Hack.
That'll bring up Stan Hack. He's 0 for 2. He has popped out and grounded out. There's the shot out towards right center. Griffey's not going to get there. He's going to have to play it on the hop. And Hack's going for 2. Now that one was a bad decision by Hack. That's no doubt. Towards the gap there, he puts one out there, and Griffey gets to it too quickly. You can't test Griffey like that. But Simmons gets the National League on the board. We'll head to the 7th. It's 2-1 American League, and Craig Kimbrell of the Atlanta Braves will come on to work the 7th. Kimbrell has converted 27 of 28 save opportunities. A 1.05 ERA. He has been sparkling for Atlanta. So here's Josh Gibson. Gibson is 1 for 1. He's singled and he also walked.
Josh Gibson.
2-1 game. We got a good one going here. Kimbrell delivers. Gibson swings and misses. Strike 1. Ball misses down and away. Knuckle curve there for Kimbrell. Misses down and in. 2-1 the count. Fastball puts it past Gibson, and the count is 2-2. There's the pitch. Fastball misses up high. Full count offering from Kimbrell to Gibson. Fastball there is fouled off. Three-two offering coming from Craig Kimbrell. And Josh Gibson! Deep down the line, but he hooked it and he knew it. That one had the distance. Big Josh unloaded, but got a little bit out in front of it. Kimbrell breathes a sigh of relief. Ground ball there to short, right at Semien. Throws over to first, and there's one away.
The bat, number 11.
So here's Marcus Semien. Semien is 0 for 2. He has struck out and flown out. Fastball. In for a called strike. Painting the black. Shot out in the center. Mays ranges over, gets there easily for out number 2.
Now batting, second baseman, Chuck. No, ladies and
all right.
gentlemen.
Yep, pincher. There we go. All right, so Knobloch's day is done. Eddie Collins of the White Sox will pinch hit for him. 285 on the year for Eddie Collins. Collins has hit over 300 each of the first 3 years of the FSBL. Going to have a little bit of work to do to get back to that level here in year 4. Not terrible. Again, 285. Week and a 10-day offensive surge would get Collins right back over the 300 mark. Fastball misses inside. It's 2-0. Roll from the set. Delivers. Fastball misses down low. Comes to that set again and delivers. Misses inside. 4-pitch walk for the speedy Eddie Collins.
Your attention, please.
Jose Ramirez will be pinch hit for here. The Houston Astros, Alex Bregman. Bregman, 354, 13 homers, 29 RBIs. Bregman missed a month on the injured list. He's not among the batting leaders, doesn't have enough at bats. Bregman recently activated. That was only like a week and a half ago, maybe. Still finds his way into the All-Star game. Third base on the whole, actually, has been a surprisingly weak position in the FSBL. A lot of the all-time great third basemen just haven't been picked in the drafts yet. Runner goes. Simmons with a throw down to second. That's a strike, and he guns down Eddie Collins. So Ted Simmons making his presence felt. A long ball and a caught stealing. That is a bullet from Ted Simmons. Beautifully done. And that sets us to the 7th inning stretch here at Wrigley. Collins will stay in the game and play second. Bregman will stay into the game and play third. Now coming on for the American League, Mark Williamson of the Baltimore Orioles. Williamson 1-4, but a 2.04 earned run average, and the National League will start going to their bench as Willie Davis of the Dodgers will come on to hit. Davis batting .264. Slider, this is outside. It's 1-0. Chopper to short. Fielded nicely by Semien. Throws to first. There's one away.
Up next to the National League, the first baseman, Roger. Ladies and gentlemen,
so, still going to the bench, the San Diego Padres, Jack Clark will check in. 280, 18 homers, 59 RBIs. Clark has been an underachiever through the first 3 years of the FSBL, but he's having a fine year here in year 4. And that Padres team just starved for offense. It did pick up Ken Caminiti in last year's rookie draft. Try to lengthen that lineup a little bit. Clark hits this one to center. Griffey comes on, makes the basket grab, and Clark is set aside with the second out. Junior and Willie Mays out there playing center. That's a pretty good show in center here today. Troy Tulowitzki from the Rockies batting .259. He'll check into the game here against Williamson with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Fastball is a called strike. It's 0-1. Fastball. This is inside. One and one to count. Whiskey fouls it off. One and two. Ground ball, pulled foul outside of third. Oh, beautiful pitch from Williamson, paints the black. Down goes Tulo. And down go the National League in the 7th. We head to the 8th here at Wrigley. American League holds a 2-1 lead.
Your attention, please.
So Willie Davis will stay in out in center. Willie Mays' day is done.
Number 3, Willie.
Jack Clark will stay in at first base.
Now at first base, number 22, Jack.
Tulowitzki will stay in at shortstop.
Now at shortstop, number 2. Now pitching for the
Now coming on to pitch, Drew Storen of the Montreal Expos. Storen 2-0 at 2.16 ERA. 49 appearances, and Storen didn't want to talk too much before the game about the recent moves there by the Expos, as the Expos, it's Alex Bregman, who was at the plate when Eddie Collins was caught stealing to end the 7th. Bregman gets a fresh at bat here. But the Expos trading away Andre Dawson to the Detroit Tigers and Jeff Reardon to the Arizona Diamondbacks. Obviously, the Expos not in contention this year, but those are pieces as the Expos try to get back. Remember, the Expos won the National League East in surprise fashion in year 1. They were a wild card team in year 2, but then they had a down year in year 3, and they've kind of bottomed out here in year 4. But get rid of 2 quality players like that, not necessarily sitting well with the rest of the guys in the Expos locker room. 1-2 the count as Storen works to Bregman. Fastball misses inside. It's 2-2. Ground ball through the right-hand side. There's a base hit. So Bregman leads off the top of the 8th with a single. The American League tries to pick up an insurance run. Ted Williams is due up. We'll see if he actually gets his at-bat here. If he will not, Reggie Jackson of the Oakland A's comes on. Jackson, 293, 30 homers, 61 RBIs. Reggie having his best year of his 4 years here in the FSBL so far. Mr. October will try to be Mr. July, at least for an at-bat. Takes a first pitch strike. Slider there, Jackson fouls it off. Jackson's A's again on cruise control in the American League West, as they seem to be every season. Fastball misses inside. You know, the Yankees and the A's, the Tigers have had a great season. The Tigers pitching staff has been terrific. But you have to feel like the Yankees and A's are on a collision course for an ALCS rematch. Tigers, just as great as their pitching is, and certainly it could work, but you're going to have to score more runs than the Tigers traditionally score to take down either the Yankees or the A's, and the Tigers are going to have to go through at least one of them. Full count here as Storen works to Jackson. Fastball there, Reggie fouls it off. Storen delivers. Reggie, fly ball, that's hit pretty well to right. That's going back. Acuna at the warning track puts it away. Runner will retreat to first. Reggie did not miss, going yard by much there. But it just ends up being a loud out. Now, here's Darryl Porter of the Kansas City Royals. 273, 14 homers, 38 RBIs for Porter. First pitch from Storen, changeup. Porter fouls it off. I also wish that on the player pages, it gave you more of the bio stuff on guys, like how many all-star appearances and stuff like that a guy has had. I always like looking that kind of stuff up, and it doesn't have that. It could be as simple as just putting a little star logo, like, because it does have the guy's stat history, so just putting a little star logo next to a year if he was an all-star in that season or something. Just some kind of little signification. Same thing with past awards. Like, it saves those things. It'll tell you, but obviously the game uses real years. Like, we're in year 4. For our purposes, it's 2025. But there's no way to, like, so it'll tell you that a guy was the most valuable player 3 years ago. But if you go to his page and bring up his player page, it doesn't show you that he has an MVP award. And that's just an oversight of sorts. Fastball misses outside, so Storen walks Porter here. 1 out, 2 men on. Sports Time Machine. How are you there, Mike? No, I mentioned that earlier on. John Jaso, the Tampa Bay Rays representative, comes in. Jaso's done a nice job this year. 331. He's only playing in part-time duty. Jaso gets an opportunity to get in. I was mentioning that earlier, Mike. I wish it gave you the option to let them play in the regular unis. Like I said, I'd even settle for letting them play in the regular hats. But nope, this is the marketing thing. Jaso gives this one a ride out to right. Acuna tracks it down. Runner will tag up and go to third. But now there's 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Nice job by Acuna ranging towards the corner. Here's Mike Trout. Trout batting .320. 23 homers, 55 RBIs. We're going to see if there's anybody else going for the National League to get through Storen out of this game. Yeah, they've still got a bunch of pitchers out there. So we're going to let them go to somebody else. We'll let them go to Madsen's back. We're going to let them go to Ryan Madsen. So Ryan Madsen will come in to relieve Drew Storen, the Phillies closer. 32 saves and 34 opportunities, a 1.08 ERA. Madsen has been terrific for Philadelphia, as seemingly everybody has so far this season for the Phillies. We'll face Trout here, first and third. A 1-run ball game, top of the 8th. 2 down. First pitch, sinker, misses down in the dirt. One 0 offering from Madsen. That one is hit hard by Trout, but foul. One and one. Fastball misses inside. Sinker there, swung on and missed. The count goes to 2-2. Madsen from the set. Delivers to Trout. Trout holds up, but they ring him up anyway on the outside corner. So Ryan Madsen comes in and whiffs Mike Trout to keep things a 1-run game. We head to the bottom of the 8th at Wrigley, American League 2, National League 1, the 4th annual FSBL ALLSTAR game. Reggie Jackson will stay in. He'll play left field at the moment. John Jaso comes in to play first base.
Now at first base, number 28, Kyle.
Mike Trout will stay in to play right field.
Now in right field, number 27.
Coming on the pitch, J.P. Howell. Now, this is where I mentioned, well, first of all, we'll get Howell's stats in. Howell's been great. 31 saves, 33 opportunities. The Pittsburgh Pirates third baseman, Bob Elliott. 253, 12 homers. A little surprised that Elliott made this one. But again, as I was talking earlier on, I kind of got multiple thoughts that I kind of got interrupted in the middle there. Oh, short hop by Griffey. Elliott will hold at first. Griffey may have thought that he got that, but it looks like that was trapped. Elliott wisely holds up, unlike Stan Hack earlier on. Steve Finley will come on to pinch run. But what I was saying before about the third baseman, are they out of outfielders? Zach Weed is getting another at bat here. The batch of great third basemen in baseball history, very few of them have gotten into the FSBL as yet. Schmidt hasn't entered the league yet. Schmidt and Brett, and he'll probably enter as a shortstop for our purposes here. But like Alex Rodriguez, you can call him as a third baseman. Eddie Matthews, Chipper Jones. So you got all these great third basemen. Brooks Robinson. None of those guys have entered the league as of yet. So some of these guys making the third base is the All-Star game. At one point, kind of shake your head, but then you kind of realize just very few of the top tier third basemen have entered the league to this point. All right, so now let me check out the National League bench. They've got two catchers. Johnny Mize hasn't gotten into the game yet, and Jose Vidro, and Melott, and Sherry McGee. Oh, the National League has a bunch of guys who have to get into this game. Zach Wheat should not be hitting here. We're going to go to Mass to the great Melott. He will hit Zach Wheat. Again, Wheat was going to get his third at bat, but this game, there's been so few hits, and we're so late in the game. And you got a big spot now. Runner on. Going to let Melott of the San Francisco Giants get his at bat. But what I was saying about J.P. Howell was if J.P. Howell was here for the Rays, there's not really any reason for John Jaso, despite having a nice season, that Jaso should be getting a first base spot on this roster. There are guys who are having better seasons than John Jaso. Among the first basemen in the American League. I actually got to check the American League bench because like Mark McGwire hasn't appeared yet. And McGwire is having the best season of his career here in year 4. Oh, Ott goes fishing. Snap throw down to first by Gibson. Runner dives back in, but Ott goes down with a bad swing there. Howell pulls him down. Little glitch there on that first pitch fastball at 0 miles an hour. That would fool a guy. For sure. I think that would be called a changeup, though. So here, again, why is... Same thing is happening with Utley. Again, because they haven't gotten to the 3 at bat mark. I get it. But Utley shouldn't bat here. Got to get some more of those guys off the bench. So we'll let Jose Vidro hit for Utley. And then you can let Mize hit for Simmons and one of the other catchers. Will come in. Jose Vidro. Wow, why is Vidro getting a second base nod? Batting .246. I guess, if Drew Storen made it, the Expos have a representative, so there's no reason for Vidro to be on the roster. Again, Rogers Hornsby is having a down year by his standards, but he's certainly having a better year than Vidro is having. Hornsby should have gotten the nod there. So that was another one of my points I think I kind of play-by-play interrupted me from. But I wish that it had the option like out of the park where I could go in and pick the All-Star rosters. So there are some things like that. It does well with the starters, but some of those last few reserve guys it kind of makes some lackluster decisions as to who gets those spots. So Howell ahead of Vidro here 0-2. Breaking ball. Vidro Nubber up to third. Fielded. Tough play. Bregman gets him. Nicely done by Alex Bregman, and there's 2 away. Tying run moves up to second.
The catcher, Simmons.
So Ted Simmons. Simmons has a home run in this game. And they trail. I could theoretically leave Simmons. So Reyes and Hack are going to have to come out of this game. Their next time's up, so I could hit Mize for Reyes in that DH spot. With Simmons already having a home run, I might be willing to let Simmons have another at bat here. Simmons has played a very good game, and rather than bring in Mize as a lefty bat to face J.P. Howell, and you've got Raleigh. Cal Raleigh doesn't belong on this team either. Neither does Jonathan Lucroy. Lucroy has not had a good season at all. So again, picking the bench spots, the game gets the last 3 guys on the All-Star bench. The game seems to struggle a bit with. I'm going to let Simmons hit here, actually. I know it's an All-Star game, but we're going to let Simmons hit, and then he'll come out. Somebody will go in and play catcher for him defensively after this anyway. Simmons has a home run. We're going to let him stay in here to face Howell. Change up there. It's 1-1. Howell back on the rubber. Tying run is at second. The Cubs faithful pulling for the National League here. Curveball misses inside. It's 2-1. Howell delivers again. Simmons fouls it off. Two and two the count. Steve Finley is on second. Simmons fly ball to right. Judge is that's Trout in there now. Puts it away and the side is retired. So Howell gets out of it. And we'll head to the ninth here at Wrigley. The American League clinging to a 2-1 lead. Tampa Bay Rays, J.P. Howell gets out of trouble.
Your attention, please. This game for the
Finley will stay in and right.
Now playing right field. Number 12.
Now Lott will stay in.
Number 4.
He will play left field here.
Now at second base. Number
Jose
3.
Vidro will stay in at second. Now that we let him hit, we'll get Simmons out of that game for the National League. We'll let Lucroy come in for him. I'm not worried about getting Cal Raleigh in at bat. He's hitting 203. He does have 14 homers, but even so, 203. Cal Raleigh probably should not be on the All-Star roster. You certainly don't need 3 catchers on the All-Star roster. That's a little bit ridiculous, actually.
Leading off for the American
Lucroy will come in and catch for Simmons. Ryan Madsen. Madsen only threw 5 pitches, but they were a big 5 pitches. He got out of the jam. So now we'll see National League bullpen. They still got a few guys left. Rippy Gibson and Semyon Steve Reed. Both the Colorado Rockies will come in. Reed has converted 35 of 38 save opportunities this year for Colorado. 2.61 ERA for the side-arming right-hander. What does the American League roster look like? Still have Palmieri. Yeah, they've got a ton of guys left, too. All right, so Junior's going to come out of this. Bernie is up in like third in hitting, so we're actually going to let Bernie hit for Griffey here.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting.
Bernie Williams batting .342, 14 homers, 42 RBIs. Bernie Williams will face Steve Reed. First pitch fastball from Reed is a called strike. That one is fouled off, so Reed ahead of Bernie 0-2 here. John DFW checks in. How are you there, John? Good to see you. Ground ball up the middle. Backhanded play. Tough play for Pedro. Throw to first, and Bernie beats it out. It's an infield single for Bernie Williams to open up the top of the ninth for the American League. That ball was not hit that hard up the middle. And Bernie beats it out. So now Gibson has had 3 at-bats. He should be hit 4 here. Do they have another? See, now the American League. Because they used Darryl Porter at DH, so now they don't have another catcher. All right. So Gibson will hit for himself. Everybody loves them some Josh Gibson. Gibson gets to have a bonus 4th at bat. How about that? 1 for 2. That just screams that Gibson's going to do something. Line drive, base hit in the left field. So Gibson gets another at bat, makes the most of it. He singles there, first and second. The American League has the first 2 men on here in the top of the ninth. I did not have the kiss of death that time, Dwayne. So here's, wait a minute, Semien shouldn't hit. Still got Jeter. All right, I have to let this pitch go by, but if Semien doesn't swing, he'll take the first pitch strike there. So that'll put Jeter in a hole, but that's all right. Jeter would probably take the first pitch anyway. At least that's what I'm telling myself. So Derek Jeter of the Yankees, .305 average on the year, 60 runs scored to this point. He will come on. Or Marcus Semien. 1-1 the count, first and second, nobody out, top of the ninth. The Rockies' Steve Reed getting himself into trouble. Jeter lines this one to left. It'll hang up long enough for Ott to get there. Puts it away for the first out.
Now back, second baseman, Eddie Collins.
So now here's Eddie Collins. Collins in .285. He came on as a reserve and walked. First pitch fastball at the knees for strike 1. American League has left 8 men on base. They've had opportunities to open this one up and haven't been able to do it. Have another opportunity here in the top of the ninth. Going to the count as Reed works to Collins. Tapper. That's going to be a tough play. Reed, the only play is the first to get Collins. So that basically ends up with the equivalent of a sacrifice, even though, of course, it wasn't. 2 men down, second and third. Now let's see if the game does anything here. All right, so Bregman, I don't think they have another third baseman, so Bregman probably has to hit for himself here. Yeah, 2 first basemen and another outfielder. McGuire would probably hit if he got down to Porter. We'll take a look on the National League side because Reed has not pitched well here. Gott is loose. Look at Charlton Moore. Jim Gott is going to come into this game. So Jim Gott, 8-2, a 2.94 ERA in 48 appearances. Gott has done a nice job. I don't know why I'm forgetting who in the world Jim Gott is playing with right now. He's with the Dodgers. Okay. Oh, no, he was traded somewhere. He's a Cardinal now. Right, he was traded from the Dodgers to the Cardinals. He was in that he was in the Ripper Collins. So now Gott works to Bregman, second and third. In a real game, we would have done an intentional walk there, but you're not going to do the intentional walk in the All-Star game, and Alex Bregman takes advantage of that with a 2-run double. And the American League blows it open. Now it's 4-1. So Bregman greets Jim Gott brutally. Sends that one into the gap in right center field. Now here's Cesar Cedeno. The Astros, Cedeno 293, 17 homers. He'll face Jim Gott here after Bregman opens this one up to a 4-1 American League lead. Especially with the game not being played for home field advantage or any of that nonsense. Not going to go and intentionally walk somebody there. But Alex Bregman is glad he was not intentionally walked. 1-1 the count. Gott delivers. Slider misses away. It's 2-1. Cubs, Lee Smith. And the Reds, Norm Charlton, both throwing out in the bullpen. It's a minor thing. I actually should have made sure that Lee Smith got into this game, being that the game is at Wrigley. Imagine in real life, Cub fans going crazy that their hometown closer didn't even get to make an appearance. That is known as a faux pas by me there. Gott delivers, Cedeno pulls it down. You can just say the Cubs are trying to preserve their closer. They're holding on to that division lead with the Pirates nipping at their heels. Didn't want to burn their closer when it wasn't a save situation or something. So Jim Gott gets the strikeout to end the inning, but not before Alex Bregman hammers a 2-run double. We head to the bottom of the ninth here at Wrigley. American League leads it 4-1. Beatles, are you going on after me tonight? Let people know if you are. Bernie Williams will stay in the ball game, as will Derek Jeter. Yankees making their presence felt. Cesar Cedeno, not a Yankee, but he'll stay in the game as well. Cedeno will play left. Coming on, Bobby Big Pen. Big Pen, a perfect 31 for 31. In save opportunities, a 1.26 ERA. Big Pen started the year with the White Sox. He was traded to the Tigers in the Mickey Kettleton deal.
Your attention, please. Now coming into pinch hit.
Kyle Raleigh is going to be called on. He's going to get a pinch hit opportunity here for the National League. Raleigh batting only .203. Marlins representative here. Again, no outfield in the league by distance, always so far by. Gary Sheffield is having a great year. And you didn't need 3 catchers. Gary Sheffield should have gotten in as the Marlins representative. Fastball there. Going on and miss. It's 0-2. All right, so Beatles is going on. So when this game wraps up, Beatles will bring some form of baseball excellence to you on his channel. Fastball fouled off by Raleigh to stay alive. And a fastball down low. Raleigh swings and misses. Down he goes, and there's one out here in the bottom of the ninth. Here's Stan Hack. Hack, the Cubs representative. From the position player perspective, we'll give Stan Hack his 4th at bat before the hometown crowd. Hack is here. Hack has actually been the DH largely for the Cubs because Ron Santo is playing third. Ball there at the letters. And Big Ten is ahead of Hack, 0-2. Gibson sets up inside. Wicked slider there by Big Ten. Hack jackknifes out of the way. There's a shot down the right field line, hooking foul. Sets up away this time. Big Ten goes away and Hack lays off. 2-2 the count. Fastball swung on and missed, and down he goes. So Big Ten has set both men aside. National League down to their final out.
Willie Davis.
All right, so Willie Davis already had an at-bat. Kind of feel like, oh, they're going to let Sherry McGee hit over Mize. All right, that's fine. Mize should get an at-bat, but sometimes it just kind of works out that way. You'll hope that Sherry McGee, and McGee, so McGee had been DHing for the Phillies. He's now playing every day in right field with the injury to Chuck Klein. But McGee is having a terrific season. Fly ball here to right. This should do it. Trout ranges over. He's underneath, puts it away, and the ball game is over. And the American League comes out with the victory here in the Year 4 All-Star game. It also knots the FSBL Career All-Star Series at 2 games apiece. Both teams have won a pair. Through the first 4 years, there you see the Aaron Judge home run, the Ted Simmons jack for the National League. That cut the deficit to 2-1. Ryan Madsen got the big out of the bullpen for the National League to keep that game 2-1. But then Alex Bregman would eventually blow that open. There's Thigpen with the big strikeout there of Cal Raleigh in the 9th, and there's the final out. Technically speaking, Santana gets the win, Rowe gets the loss. Neither of those things really true. Johan Santana player, is it really going to call Johan Santana the MVP? That would be a terrible call. He shouldn't get that. He'd probably give it to either, you could give it to Judge, you could give it to Bregman. Griffey had 2 hits in a run. Gibson had 2 hits in a run. Honestly, you could give it to Lefty Grove. Grove retired all 6 men to face him. So that may be a mistake on the games docket. But please appreciate it, Nathaniel Beatles. Thank you much, guys, for tuning in. As always, we will be back with the regular season game, one of the games of the week. I'm not sure if it'll be American League or National League tomorrow. But as we get ready for the second half of Year 4 of the Franchise Stars Baseball League. So again, thank you so much, Beatles eternally. Nathaniel, John DFW, good to see you pop in, my friend. Mike, Sports Time Machine. Be sure to check out Mike's channel. The Streaming Demon, Dwayne March, was here as well. Check out Dwayne's terrific channel. Dwayne did about 500 baseball games over the past couple of days. So get caught up on watching all of Dwayne's material. I'll be doing that at work. I'm in the office tomorrow. So check out all of Dwayne's stuff. And so appreciate you guys taking part of the chat. I hope everybody enjoyed their Easter for those who celebrate. And head on over to Beatles' channel. Thank you very much, guys. Your final line score real quick. 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the American League. 1 run, only 4 hits, and no errors for the National League. Enjoy the rest of your night, everybody. See you over at Beatles' channel in a little bit. Be good to each other, and we'll talk soon. The American League take the 4th annual FSBL All-Star Game.